What's up, guys? Sean here from Srkcycles.com, and you know that I hate Ducatis, but cue the intro. Alright, guys, I'm standing here with my newest friend, 2007 Ducati Monster S2R1000. To give you the stock specs of the bike, it's weighing in at just under 400 pounds, which is pretty light. It's at like 93 horsepower. It is, of course, a Ducati V-twin, and the engine is a 992cc motor, which is about 60 cubic inches if you want to know what the conversion is. So, because it is a Ducati, when in Rome, of course, I'm wearing Pumas. That's appropriate for Ducatis. And I also fired someone before I came in here when I rode up on the bike. That person didn't work for me, but that's what Ducati guys do. Walking around firing people wearing Pumas. This particular bike is very incredibly modified, and of course the older Ducatis are rocking the disgusting, horrible sounding dry clutch. So not only does it have the dry clutch, it's got the open dry clutch cover. You're gonna hear that spinning, you're gonna hear that making horrible noises. It's got the open timing belt cover. You can see your timing belt, you can watch it to do its thing. And the cool thing about it is these spark plugs actually go in between the timing belt, which is pretty cool. And you get to watch that. This is all Speed Moto parts. It does look awesome, but if you're wearing anything with like loose clothing or tassels on the bottom of your pants, I don't know why you'd be doing that. It will get sucked up, which is super cool. This is a air-cooled motorcycle. This up here is a oil cooler to keep it cool. Another cool thing about the Ducatis is this tank actually pops up very easily. You pop the seat off, this cowl comes off, there's a seat underneath there. You pop that little lever right there, lift the tank up, there's a little hood prop, tank hood prop in there. You prop the tank up, then you can work on the stuff underneath. It is, of course, hydraulic brakes, but it's also hydraulic clutch. This bike has 17,900 miles on it. And these are, I think they're some type of aftermarket pipes. So when it comes to Ducatis, they are not the least vehicles to maintain. They're definitely on the higher scale, but they are a blast to drive. You also got the single-sided swing arm, which looks very cool. Let's go take it for a spin. All right, guys, do the words of wisdom real quick. John 14:6, Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. Amen. Check it out. These things work very good with the M1 Moto Gloves. That was something when we had these designed. I was like, the first prototype pair, which I have, doesn't have the fingers. Good for keypad. They're good for touchscreens. Guys, if you have any interest in these gloves, when we designed these are designed for sport bikes like this, and something that I was real specific about was you got to have good feeling, because you don't want to lose that feeling and that touch. You know what I mean? That light touch that you have. But these are great. I almost feel like I'm not wearing anything, but I got tons of protection. When I get on the clutch, you can hear that dry clutch because the clutch is spinning now and it's not connected. But then when you release it, it's cool because you can show someone how a clutch works by looking at it. But I don't like the sound. I'm not into that Ducati nasty, you know what I mean? If you, sometimes you pull up the cars and people look at you and they're like, there's something wrong with your bike. And it's like, no, it's a Ducati. That's normal, I guess. Very responsive. I've actually never driven a, oh no, I'm low on gas. Hope I don't run out. I've actually never driven the Monster 1000. I've had a bunch of the smaller monsters. So some characteristics of the monsters, and the reason they called it the Monster was they took a bunch of parts off of other bikes, and they just, you know, they had the engine and all these other things, and they monstered it together, kind of like a Frankenstein type of bike. That's what I was told. Who knows if that's true? That was probably more true in the beginning than what it was in the later years. But the characteristic of these things is being, you know, it's a naked sport bike. They're very nimble. They're very light. they're just very, very fun to ride. You know what I mean? A real good like canyon carver, and you're always gonna feel just whipping it around just very, very effortlessly. I think I will stop for gas. Look at that glove staying on there. It looks like it's magnetic. It's about to fall off. It's a wizard. So if you're wondering why buy a Ducati, there's other bikes out there. There's other naked bikes out there for a fraction of the price. I mean, you can buy an FC07, which, you know, you guys know I love that bike, like brand new for like, I don't know, 6,500 bucks or something stupid like that. So why buy a Ducati? Well, I think this one might be priced out pretty similar, although it's older. Well, a couple of reasons. One, you like the brand. You like the brand, you want to associate yourself with the brand. Two, you like the style. You like the way it looks. Three, you like the way it rides. It is a great riding bike. I mean, the only negative to the Ducatis is that it's going to be a little more to maintain than, you know, than like the Japanese bikes. That's not a big deal. It's got so much, the Ducati does offer so much bike, and has so much character, you know what I mean? And if that's what you want, hey, get a Ducati, have a great time, be a part of that. But the biggest reason, let me tell you the biggest reason of why you should get a Ducati. And I'm not just gonna tell you, I'm gonna show you. This is the biggest reason to get a Ducati. The sound. The sound is just awesome. The way they make that big V-twin just growl like that is just beautiful. That smells so bad. I like that house. That's a cool house. So you get used to the dry clutch and hearing all that rattling, and then on top of that, the most beautiful throaty roar that, I mean, it blows your mind that it's actually coming out of a motorcycle this size. It's awesome. It's a beautiful sound. And it pulls. This bike pulls hard. It's planted. I don't think I even hit it. I'm assuming the red line is 11. That doesn't make any sense. That might be too high. I don't know. I don't know what the red line is. We're gonna go do it 0 to 60. It's gonna be quick. I would be surprised if it's slower than 3 seconds. The only reason if it was slower than 3 seconds is because it's me, and then I'm not able to keep it to the ground. These mirrors are just stupid. Anyone, look, okay, you guys see what I see, right? I don't even see that I have mirrors because my hands cover it. You might as well just throw this crap off. That might do something, maybe. All right. Now, you guys know I got off, you know, that was not a super hardcore start. I would guess that 0 to 60 was sub 4 seconds, maybe like 3.8. This, of course, is a 6-speed gearbox, and if you have any questions of whether it can handle highway speeds, well, that's just a dumb question because this thing's built for much, much faster than highway speeds. This thing's built for track speeds, and it's just, it is a great bike. You gotta really enjoy that Ducati rumble. You know what I mean? It's a little different than what the Harley guys like, but it is what, okay, if I had the best thing to compare it to would be like the rumble of a Boxer BMW motor, you know, like the RT. It's not excessive, but you know you're not riding like an inline or a flat 6 or something like that. You just feel it. It's a little more aggressiveness, a little more raw, you know, of riding a motorcycle. You get off and life seems smoother. You know, you take a couple steps, you're like, man, life is smooth. Brakes feel good. Clutch is nice and light. Shifts also, if you ever driven to Ducati, the shifts are extremely light feeling. The back brake is placed. A lot of times back brakes are way too high, and I really can't just rest my foot on the brake pedal. Now this one just may have been adjusted, but this just feels so perfect that I can kind of just rest my foot on there, you know, with like the minute bit of pressure on the brake, but it's actually not actually doing anything. And then when I need it, I can just drop my foot in there, because you have to, when you know how to use the rear brake, you end up using it more often. Steel braided brake lines. Guys, this bike is the package. Great bike, wonderful bike. I'm enjoy driving it. Guys, that wraps it up. We will see you next time. Do not forget to subscribe. This bike is for sale at Srkcycles.com, along with a bunch of other bikes. Check out our other channel. And if you guys are interested in the M1 Moto Gloves, these are very, very strong, very tested gloves. And these are what I ride when I ride sport bikes. Click on the link below on bikesandbeardsgear.com. We'll see you guys later.